Hello! In this video I will show you how I made these really cool little bone details that I made for my Gnar cosplay, and they're actually really super easy to make. So if you want to know how I did that, then definitely keep watching this video. And oh, there's a monster. There's a monster. Then definitely keep watching this video, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Oh, and Noodle wanted to say like and subscribe, of course, and check out my Worbla tutorial books in my store, and also my patterns, because of course there's also a book about Gnar there, and I think you will like it. So let's get into the video now. Today we're going to work with thermoplastic scraps to make little cute bones, just like this one. This specific kind of thermoplastic is called THIBRA. Just like with Worbla, you need to heat it up in order to work with it and make it sculptable. To heat up the material, I'm using a heat gun. This is a tool that I got at a local hardware store, but you can also get it online, and I will link some in the description below, so you can also get one. I'm putting it at a temperature of 330 degrees, and that's perfect for heating up and softening thermoplastic. As you can see, the material is now really soft, and I could easily press all the little scraps together to form some kind of really hot clay. In this case, I'm using my fingers to sculpt this clay into a bone shape, but you can also use wooden clay modeling tools. I will show them later as well. And if you choose another thermoplastic like Worbla, then you can use the same technique. So how does THIBRA compare to Worbla? Well, THIBRA is smoother than Worbla, but it's also softer and really stretchy, so it can be a little bit tricky to work with. It also catches on fingerprints really quickly, because it's so soft. But just like Worbla, it hardens when it cools down, so you can use it for similar projects. I really like it to sculpt little pieces like this. So with the wooden clay modeling tool, I further refine the shape of the bone, and then when I'm happy with it, I can let it cool down. Here you can see some other bones that I already crafted. And after they cool down, the bones look like this. They are super smooth, as you can see. That's the surface of the THIBRA. Just small bones weren't enough for Gnar. I also needed a big bird skull to put on his wig. And first I made a clay shape for this. I used air drying clay to make this base shape for the skull. I needed this as a shape to form the THIBRA around. So I heated up a sheet of THIBRA and then stretched it around the clay skull. I also used some Vaseline on the clay skull to prevent the THIBRA from sticking to it. Then I cut it open on the side and on the back and pulled it off, and then closed it again with some heat. Since THIBRA, just like Worbla, sticks to itself when it's heated, I could also make some bigger bones that I could stick to the back of the skull, just by heating up both the skull and the bones. And here you see all the pieces together, so the little bones, the skull, and also some little pieces for a necklace. When everything was cooled down, I could start to paint. I painted the base with a black layer of spray paint. I will link where you can get those paints below. It's actually graffiti paint, and it's really nice for cosplay. For the actual colors, I'm using Citadel paints. That's actually a kind of paint that is meant to paint miniature Warhammer models with. And I really like to use this because they have a lot of colors and also a really nice range of bone colors that looks really realistic. These paints are acrylic paint, so they're really easy to use. And I'm just using some makeup brushes that are really soft and easy to handle to just dab the paint on, so it gives a really nice and natural look to the bones. Especially the Citadel paints dry really quickly, so it's really easy to also layer the paint if you want to have some lighter spots, to just go over it and paint another layer, like I do here at the tips. I want them to be lighter, to give a little bit more of depth to the piece. For painting the little pieces of the necklace, I do exactly the same. I put a little bit of paint on my brush and I dab it onto the Thibra project. Maybe you noticed that this time I didn't use any primer on the thermoplastic before I started painting it. That's because this thermoplastic is especially smooth from itself already. So it doesn't really need additional primer to make the surface smoother. So this about Thibra actually makes it really nice to make little pieces for jewelry like this, because it's so smooth already. And it's also kind of heavy, so it feels a little bit more like real jewelry, if that makes sense. Worbla is actually lighter, more lightweight. However, I still like to use Worbla more for other pieces, because actually for this skull it was really difficult to make it with the Thibra, because it was so soft and so stretchy. Worbla is a little bit more sturdy, so it was a little bit easier to get it off the mold. And also to keep its shape. I know that because I did that already with my skull for my Gnar cosplay. I actually have a video about that on my YouTube, so I will put a card so you can check out that video as well. And there I made the skull, also with a clay base and with some Worbla. So definitely check out that video too if you actually want to see a filmed part of the process where I put thermoplastic over the clay shape and also cut it off and finish the shaping. Because with Gnar I somehow forgot to film it, I only had photographs. So while I'm talking here, you can just watch me painting the bird skull for Gnar. And as you can see, I also leave some pieces black, so it looks like it has more depth to it. After the painting was finished, I let the paint dry, and then I also sprayed a protective layer of varnish over them. And actually that was really handy, because somehow I put them outside when I was spray painting it, because I always do spray painting outside. But then it started to rain, and the varnish was already dry, and it didn't hurt the paint, so the varnish was amazing. So I can really recommend spraying some varnish over your finished pieces, always. While the skull was meant for the wig, the little bones were meant to decorate the skirt flap and also to put inside the wig in the dreads and also to put on some places on my dress. I made the skirt flap using fake leather from mink that's called craft skin. It looks very much like real leather, so I really like to use it. To attach the bones to the skirt flap, I first punched some holes into the flap with a belt puncher. And then I used a suede cord to tie the bones to the skirt flap. And I also did some weathering on the skirt flap with some brown acrylic paint to make it look more used and real. On the sleeves of the dress I just looped the bones through the fabric. I also wanted some bones in the dreads of the wig, and I actually made some loops in the dreads and then just put some bones into it, and they stayed put. So that's how I made these really cool little bones to decorate my Gnar cosplay. I hope you liked this video, and if you want to see more videos in the future, then be sure to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any other video. And in the meantime, you can watch my other playlist with tutorial videos. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope it was helpful for you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye! Yes. That's it, that's the end of the video.